Cool. What up? Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on where you are in the world. James Rice coming to you live. And with a little luck, Cassie, did you see that invite?
Yep.
Sweet. And then I'm gonna make sure go ahead and turn the phone off and let's see what happens, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna go live on Instagram too, Cassie. All right, hey, James Rice, live a little after 5 on Tuesday. Check this out. What I want to do on this live is going to bring friends on. And hey, what's up, gang? And so we're going to see if Cassie can jump on, because what I'm going to do is an evening live. Boom.
Got it.
Woo. Cool. And so, Cassie, I don't know if you can see Instagram. It's funny. I hit the request or the plus thing, you know. Where'd you go?
I'm just trying to.
It's funny because it says, you know, request to join. It says you have no requests on Instagram. Invite to join. Is it Cassie or Cassandra on Instagram? The Cassie Winfrey right here. Bam. I just invited you. I just invited you on Instagram. I don't know if you can. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Yeah. You can't hear me? Go ahead and speak. Speak. Anyway, she just jumped off that. We'll see what happens here. Tammy Austin just requested join. That's curious. And I just hit Cassie. Maybe it's because we're on both. Anyway, we're doing a little experimentation, which I hope you can appreciate that. There's Cassie again.
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Okay, sweet.
You might not be able to do it because I hit you on the Instagram one also. It might just be me on the Instagram one. Maybe you probably would need both pieces to hit. You know, you probably would be able to need both pieces. So I'll just hit the Instagram. We'll see what happens, but it'll be live. We'll see if anybody watches. But if you want to switch over people to my Facebook page, then Cassie and I are going live. So, crew, it's a brand new live session for myself, which I'm going to be doing Monday through Friday at the very least. And where, if you join me in the mornings at all, I'm generally simply taking little life hacks. They're going to, my goal is to help you. Oh, there we go. Robert Goins says much better. You know what I wanted to do, and I can't bring Cassie on both Instagram and Facebook. So if you're on Instagram, check me out on Facebook. Anyway, so you know, I'm just talking about little hacks that go on to make you personally better. We talk a lot about the home-based business that we're involved in, but we use pieces that are from our faith, you know, different lessons, and from our family life and from our finances, basically our 5 F's: faith, fitness, family, friendships, and finances. And we integrate them into helping us as a team, as a community, be better. So on the evening, Cassie, can you see the messages that are coming across, like from Robert?
No.
Okay. Well, Robert says, hey.
Hey.
Robert Goins. So, but what I'm doing in the evening is the theme's going to be specifically women. Okay, maybe some guys. 99% are going to be women who have done a couple things, who have been involved with our supplement, ketones, who have been involved in our community, because I can't stress enough, people, that a product alone, your gym alone, your church alone, I can't guarantee you that's going to be enough. Community, locking arms, like-minded. Jeff Henson from South Carolina, what's up? Appreciate you joining. Hey, gang, I'm going to tell you right now, if you like what we're doing, even think you might like what we're doing, or you're just like Cassie, do me a favor and share us. Why? Because if this is a tool that we can grow from and you can grow from, then your friends could too. Put in rice bowls. I don't want the rice bowl people. This is just for you and I and Cassie, Robert Goins. So Cassie goes on first, and we want all these because she laughs at my stupid stuff.
I do. I'm
Anyway,
really making people feel good.
The product, Robert, quit talking about Cassie. The product, Cassie's awesome. Yay. The product, ketones, we're going to talk about, Cassie, before ketones, after ketones. And that we can tell your testimony some if you want, but definitely the benefits and before the community, because I firmly believe that again, your Bible's here, but it's the community that you're going to lock arms with that is really going to help you grow. And the gym may be here, and you may even have a personal trainer, but the community is what's going to help you grow. And even as a couple, the two. Obviously, we believe that third leg, that third piece of twine or rope that knots it all together, your Creator, your Lord, is the community. But it's a community, so that's crucial. And then third, you don't have to, but if I've made any difference in your world, then share a couple of those pieces maybe, and we maybe spend 15, 20 minutes together. And the cool thing is, people will do it again. So if you guys haven't met Cassie, I keep it super simple and just say, hey, through our product, through our community, I got to meet Cassie. And once she got involved or said she wanted to push her chips in, it was super simple. All I was looking for was, when I offered her a seat at the table, when I offered her a spot on the Zoom, when I offered for her to do a live, she said, yeah, I'll do it when. I'll do it when. And from that became an amazing business relationship, I feel, and amazing, I hope she agrees, personal transformation and then friendship. And now, here she is. Are we finished? Are we complete? Not even close.
No.
But I don't know, Cassie. So let's see. You want to share some nuggets and then maybe even talk about getting introduced to ketones and how it made a difference. And what I really want to hit on then is like the community, aspect of it and how that's helped you not only in your ketone world, but as a parent, couple, friend. Take it away a little bit.
Yeah. So when I got into this, I didn't realize the importance or like the power of the community. You hear about, these type of businesses and things, but I joined the military. I've done a lot of things in my life thinking that I was going to get that atmosphere. I thought I was going to find family, find and create community. And it just never quite stuck. And I don't know if it was circumstance, timing, whatever it might have been, but I found that here. I wasn't expecting it. I'm just going to go ahead and say that out, from the beginning. I literally started drinking ketones just to feel better. My mom brought them to my house and she told me I needed to try them because it helped her feel better. And I literally just tried it because I was desperate. I needed something to help me feel better. I needed to lose weight and I needed to get my mind right. And I had no idea coming into it that I was going to meet such amazing people that could expand my vision and help heal old trauma that was holding me back from just experiencing life in perspective in different ways of, I see people differently now. I can feel people differently. It's opened my heart in a way that I didn't know I didn't understand that I was missing that to begin with. I always thought it was an everybody else problem. Then I realized it was actually a me problem. It was something that I needed to work on and I was craving and I was needing. And with the help of this community and finding friendships and relationships with people and so many different personality types who have come from all walks of life, we've all been able to band together like a bunch of misfits and create this amazing opportunity for people. It's just been an awesome thing. Oh, you're muted.
That's like a dream come true, huh? Oh, he's muted. Just let it keep going, people. Don't let it know. Anyway, I love how you word it, excuse me, and put it together as, here's where I'm at now, here's where I was. Here's what you see now, here's what you see. You know, I love shaping stories that way because many times, you know, we'll tell what's in the middle, kind of what the community did, but if they don't know who you are now and where you were, it's not as relevant. Does that make sense? So when as you chat it, you know, continue on because if they see you, you know, sporting the wheels and sporting the fitness and sporting the confidence, a solid relationship, solid faith, solid parenting, make sure that you then tell them, hey, you know, this is where it was so that they always understand that, hey, it wasn't always bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and, you know, smiles. And I'm not getting people, I gotta clarify, if you take anything away from this, none of us are complete. You know, we're always in, you know, transformation mode and hopefully humble and humility mode. And, but we do want to let you know that here's where we are. Here's where we are. You know, maybe here's where we were. And how did we go in the middle? How did we go there? And what were the steps we took? And so don't hesitate to point out maybe even a couple of those pieces that the nuggets that you actually gathered, you know what I mean? The actual pieces that you utilized. Like, you know what? When we have the ketones, before ketones, they're here, but we've got to let them know twice a day, shake it up in water, 18 ounces. Those are some of the solid pieces. So if you took yourself, take like one of the pieces that you're the most proud about, fit yourself, and one I'm going to have you share, but you don't have to share it first, but I was at work and had a career and had to clock in and had to be told when to go to lunch and was away from my kids all day. Now I don't.
Yeah.
And what in between that made that happen so you could do that? And you don't even have to share that one first, but like if you had to look at yourself, and I can think of it, I'm not even supposed to do it for you, but I mean, to me, your leadership, your confidence, the way you're helping other people reach it and give them belief. I mean, shit, you can pick any of those, but what are you most proud about yourself as to who you are now versus who you were?
I think one of my that's a really good question, and that's a really good self-reflection question, and something that I don't know if I know what I'm proud of, but it's like when you're going through the motions of every day, it's not something that you kind of like. I don't sit back and think of that and as a grand scheme of things that very often, and I should. The first thing that comes to my mind is
Don't interrupt. That's a takeaway. Huge nugget. First of all, if you guys will see that, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you interrupted. We're here to share nuggets with you that you can put into play right now. And so listen to what she just said. I don't stop each day. You don't really stop, contemplate kind of those pieces as you're in the grind moving. And some people may say, wait a second, you need to stop and smell the roses. Well, I'm a firm believer that there's always both of those going on, okay, gang? Is that I love it that what she said is I'm achieving, but I'm in the grind doing every day. I'm not saying, hey, look at me. Hey, look at my stuff. Hey. But in between that and never slowing down and going, wow. Even like Cassie, like sometimes we'll reminisce about our friendship, right? And that's powerful. And so, you know, people, there's a little bit of both of it. I say you gotta stop and smell the roses and go, wow, thank you. I'm grateful and enjoy it and survey, you know, your kingdom, not your stuff, but your personal and your relationships. But also if you're standing there, if you're standing there surveying it too much, people, someone will come up and snatch it away from you. So I love it that you said, I'm in the grind daily. And take that as a tip, people. You're getting good. Spend a little less time telling people about it versus being in the grind, being about it, and continue to create it. So I probably completely broke your momentum, and please apologize. But I just think that if you took that one nugget and left this, that would be like, wow, I am spending too much time sitting there looking at my sports car or whatever it is, my muscles. Maybe I should get in the gym and make sure they don't go away. So I love it.
And it's when you do that self-reflection too, and it keeps you humble, and I think that's super important too, you know, and it makes you realize, and it's important to see how far you've come, you know. I mean, every once in a while I'll throw my before and after photos up there, and sometimes I'm just like, wow, like it's because for me, yeah, it's a physical transformation. I lost 100 pounds. However, it's an inside game transformation that I see most. I mean, when I see pictures of who I was, 3, 4 years ago, there was just no light in my eyes. There was no motivation, no desire, no excitement or joy. And it was such a like it was a hard place to be in, dealing, having little kids depend on you, a new relationship. I had a new husband, and to feel that way when you should feel so grateful and so happy for life and so excited for the adventures to come, and then to have none of that, it like really tears you down, because not only do you have all of that other the pain that comes with it, but then you're also like very, very I felt ashamed and guilty for feeling that way, so then that just piles on top of the negative feelings. And one big thing that's changed, like I was saying, is my internal game has completely changed. My life is complete. I am no longer that person anymore, and I can recognize who she was, but I could never imagine being in that darkness again, because I just don't have it in me anymore. I'm full of light. I'm full of community and family, and I have a lot of joy for life, and I didn't have that before.
So if we just broke that down, okay, so percolate, great. Okay, Cassie, I got it. I hear you have this joy and you have the light, and I hear you were lightless, but what would you say are the daily steps that if you had to give someone a little daily roadmap?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we talk about it and we are here and then we joined a community and I have the joy, and this is what I hear a lot of people do. Okay, I'm like, dude, fill me in. I hear you're a small dude and then you got muscles. I'm hearing the story, bro. But what did you do? How many times did you go to the gym? What exercise did you do? Give me some specifics that you think that not that you think you did, but that you feel you did. And if you were going to tell somebody who wanted that, you would go, well, what do I need to do?
Yep. One, plug in. And I mean plug into a person, a friend, a mentor, somebody who's succeeding at the places that be succeeding in. I think that is so important. You and I talk about that a lot. Find people who are successful in the areas of your life that you want to be more successful, and attach yourself to that person. For me, it was you, like you and I developed a really good business relationship, and then it turned into a friendship, and you were at our wedding, you go to our cabin, like we do fun things together. It's not just business. And that's because you were my mentor, you believed in me, but then at the same time, we worked together almost every single day. Like when I don't hear from James for like 3 days, we're like calling each other. We're like, it's not just tag your it game anymore. It's, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And when I have a funk and I don't talk to him for like a week, he like genuinely calls me and he's like, hey, we can't do this. Like, this isn't going to work for me. Like, what's going on? And so like we notice when each other is off, or when it's like not, when we're not completely like feeling our best. And that's really important, to find that person for you. Another
real quick, let's chat that real quick. So in the areas that we chat and focus, and people can add whatever, but it's easy for me. I'm talking foundation. I'm talking your fundamentals, faith, fitness, family, friendships, and finances. Am I your go-to mentor in every one of those areas? No. So, and you're probably thinking, I wonder what she's going to say. No. And so remember that, people. My faith, which is the umbrella over what I'm doing, I wouldn't be against having a mentor in my life that has a skill set but isn't a believer. I'm not saying we're yoked together. I'm just saying that for someone to teach me my piano, the bow, even this business, we're not going to have the same relationship. Don't misunderstand me in it, and don't want to have a long discussion on it. But I would say Cassie, definitely when it comes to family and raising children, Cassie's not asking me a lot of questions, people. There's just not a lot of those questions, or how to cook, or lots of things. But anyway, so that's cool. So find that person, like you're saying, in each category. I completely love that. I love that you said plugged in. You could share that and people could do that. If they honestly and openly did, kind of like what you said before, sat and reflected a little bit on where they're at
Mm-hmm.
and break it down, people, piece of paper on your whiteboard, faith, fitness, family, friendships, finances. Who's leading you? Someone who is out of shape in their faith, their budget, as you are, and they're making you feel good because I drink, but I don't drink as much as them. I'm out of shape, but I'm not out of shape as much as them. My marriage is bad, but my marriage is. That person is not going to lead you to the promised land, people. And many people, we know that. But the question is, are you doing it? And so I love hearing you say plugged in, because that is crucial. And that when you do plug in, people, you go with a heart that's going to say, mentor, what do I need to do to be where you're at? And then this is the tricky part, especially for me. Shut up and listen, and then take massive action. So ponder that, people. I mean, really just breathe on that a little bit and go, wow, who is leading me as a husband? Who is leading me, as a in my faith?
To
Go ahead.
touch on that too, who's leading you isn't always a person. It's what are you watching? What are you listening
Huge.
to? Who are you following on social media that you're subconsciously taking that type of energy and putting
Powerful.
it towards your marriage?
Love it.
Are you watching people that are just failing in their marriage or cheating on their spouse? Like, is that your form of entertainment? And then are you wondering why your marriage you're not close and connected with your wife or your husband? Well, that all is correlated. They are all connected. It's so important.
That is huge. I don't think I could have pondered a better ad in clarifying that it's not just that person you sit around with. That is super powerful. And as I think Cassie led up to, and she might have even said in there, it's looking at it and saying, who do I need to not listen to? Who do I need to not flip the pages? Who do I need to not have a lengthy conversation with? Here's a good one. I'll tell you real quick, people. Some of your parents, brother, sister, close person could be toxic in your life. Well, how am I not going to talk to my mom, dad, what have you? Shorten the conversations. Go into it with a heart of service. Go into it with a heart of empathy and compassion, and keep those conversations short, and realize that you're serving that person, giving them an ear, and because you love them, and but you have your boundaries. And so again, sorting and sifting and going, I love you, but a little more distance, and we're not, and be careful that you avoid those conversations with them that are going to get you, I don't even know how to say it, but get you in Jerry Springer mode. I love that piece. That's super powerful, Cassie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, if we're going to go from plugged in, we're at 24 minutes. What we might do, and I think we should do, is we should say, why don't you guys, and we can talk a little bit more about plugged in if you've got a nugget or a thought on it. We probably could leave it at that. We've been on 24 minutes. That's enough. And then we'll pick it up from plugged in and going, okay, now what do I do?
Yeah.
Because we could roll that into, rather than roll it into, daily intentional action and scheduling and, rest, what I mean? We could leave it at plugged in, because that is a crucial.
It's everything. It really is everything. And when we say plugged in, there's so many different, there's a lot of different ways that could be relevant. It's not always just plug in to prove it. It's not always plug into, being a promoter, or it's being just plugged into the people in your life that are succeeding where you want to be succeeding. Find yourself those people and recognize and be okay that it's not the same person for everything. Like you were saying, it's so important to recognize, who you can speak to freely on those certain things, but not just You don't want somebody just to listen. You want somebody who is successful in the area that you need to be successful, and that's super important.
Yeah, that's actually a great point. You're definitely not looking for a yes man or a yes woman.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for someone who's there to be the teacher. They may not even be a friend,
Mm-hmm.
quite frankly, because you could have that mentor in your life, and like you and I've got a different personal trainer than you have, so you could have your life person, right, your spouse or your partner that your arms are locked in, but you might have a workout partner and she might have a tennis partner, you know what I mean? So it wouldn't have to be the same, but you're coming around for the same cause. So I think we should wrap it up and leave it at that. Hit it again, if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
Peace. I'll tell each and every person, if you like where we're going at all, if you find nuggets, again, this is an example. This is what we're trying to be is just another tool in your tool belt, or I like to call it a fishing lure in your fishing box. And so by the time you're plugged in to a meeting with your friends, a chat with your mentor, something you're reading, something you're watching, if this brings value to you, people just share it with your friends. Just share it with your community, because if they find value and their lives are enhanced, so therefore they take more action, it's going to elevate whatever you're doing. It's just more. It's just another way to help train them. So that's what I would ask. What do you want to leave them with, Cassie? And we'll sign off and get on to the next thing. Hey, we're zooming at 8. If you guys saw, you might have saw that. We're going to zoom at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. No, I don't have anything. I think getting plugged in and sometimes finding hope out of a dark place doesn't have to be your belief. You can borrow belief from other people, and I think that's really important too. You just have to be open and honest with how you're feeling with someone, and allow them to be that for you. So if you're feeling that way, find somebody, or you can reach out to one of us.
Love that. Open and honest. Ouch, that's huge, but nothing will happen without it. So I love it that you mentioned that. So people, lay it out there: faith, fitness, family, friendships, finances, and maybe start, like Cassie said, with open and honest. And if you're open and honest with yourself, are you happy with your fitness? Are you happy with your faith? Are you happy with your relationships? And then will you do like Cassie said, seek a mentor who will, welcome you to the table, provide you with some X's and O's and some love, and that you can, elevate your game with, that you can become 1% better with. So that's what I hope you'll take away from it. Do a little homework. We'll join you again. And the bottom line is we're just going to try to help, keep us moving forward and keep you moving forward. So love each and every one of you, Cassie. Appreciate it. I'll see you on the Zoom, and we'll rock and roll some more. We'll invite them all.
Sounds good.
Let ambition sort them out, I guess.
I guess.
See ya.
Bye.